3 differences in the sexual desire of men and women. Men and women seem to experience differences in their sexual desire. Why is that the case? Read on to find out more. When we talk about sexual desire, a myriad of stereotypical categories arise. What characterizes desire for sex? What are the differences between men and women when it comes to sexual desire? Sexual desire is a human impulse to seek contact and interact sexually. Several factors are involved: biological, psychological, social, cultural and relational, among others. It can be provoked by the following types of stimulation. External stimulation. For example, when a person's partner has dressed in a particularly attractive way. Internal stimulation. Factors associated with a person's thoughts or biological factors. When we talk about male and female sexual desire, we are referring to the differences between the sexes. Gender can be defined as follows: the socially constructed characteristics, roles, activities, responsibilities, and needs that are primarily related to the female or male gender in a particular society at a particular time. Gender differences become visible in our everyday life, and so does the formation of sexual desire. In fact, the male sex drive often involves fewer layers than the female drive. We will show you what these differences are at a general level. In many cases, however, certain individual differences are not associated with these generalizations. Differences in the sexual desire of women and men according to age. If we talk about sex drive in men, you can say that it occurs during puberty. Sometimes it is associated with the famous wet dreams. It appears to remain high until about age 50. At this point, it begins to diminish, and it is accompanied in some cases by a decrease in libido. Sexual desire in women often starts later than in men. Also, depending on experience, the period of sexual maturity is around the age of 35, and it can become smaller or larger when menopause occurs. In many cases, a person's sex drive is strongly associated with a person's overall health. In other words, we can improve our sexual desire by improving our overall health. This, of course, includes our mental health. Excitement. This is different for each gender. Research indicates that women generally tend to be more turned on by the context, while men are more excited by the content. For example, women will be more aware of the emotional connection, while men will not feel that it is necessary for this connection to exist. Furthermore, the sexual desire and satisfaction for many men will be a way of creating this connection, not a consequence of it. However, men tend to have more preferences. One fact that might explain this is that they probably think more about sex than women. Because of this, men may have a clearer idea of what they want and don't want. Psychological factors. Psychological factors can be influenced by education, culture, society, and even religion. All these things influence people's thoughts. Classically, experts have stated that men are able to separate sex from emotions. They are able to experience sexual desire in more heterogeneous emotional states. On the other hand, there is a lot of research that supports the fact that men are more excited about the content, while women are excited about the context. However, Rupp and Wallen indicate in their article Sex Differences in Response to a Visual Sexual Stimuli, a review, that there may be confusion according to the conclusions of several of these studies. They feel that researchers have not considered the interaction between measured desire, the variety of presented stimuli, and measurement techniques. Research into the sexual desire of men and women continues. This is a topic that continues to evolve. We don't have a definitive answer. For now, it seems that sexual motivation, perceived expectations, of gender roles and sexual attitudes will explain why we have this differentiation in sexual desire among men and women. However, we cannot fail to mention the exceptional cases. For example, women with a high sex drive. Research into sex drive in women often emphasizes relationship and context. Nevertheless, it can vary greatly from woman to woman. Women with a high sexual desire have a greater number of sexual impulses, engage in more sexual communication, and have more frequent and detailed thoughts and fantasies. In addition to this, they consider themselves to be sexually adventurous and with a high libido. It may be that this difference exists between women due to social and cultural aspects that may have limited a woman's expression of sexuality. In fact, women with a high sex drive often feel that society views them negatively. They are concerned about what others think about the characteristics of their desire.